Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Great, incredible, unique show at Soldier Field. We'll talk about that in just about 30 seconds in music entertainment news. First, a show that hit Soldier Field. God, I believe that was 2 years ago, was the Taylor Swift show at Soldier Field, or a year and a half ago?
Last June. It was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were there.
I know.
Yeah.
I was. Against my will, but I was there.
Against my will.
I was. It was my husband's birthday present. He's a huge Swiftie. And I like Taylor Swift. I just don't like going to shows at Soldier Field because I get like nauseous and quaky and I can't see above people's belly buttons. It stresses me out.
A lot of problems there.
It's a lot. 5'2". It's a journey that I'm on.
5'2".
It's my own path.
6'4" $1/4". I'm fine at Soldier Field. Love it.
No, you're having a great time.
Love it.
Love it.
Also, yeah, Kenzie, as hostage, I remember she had up my pager with a 911 to come get her from Soldier Field.
I wanted to be airlifted. I couldn't see out. Like, you know when everyone funnels, like they bottleneck? That's when I can't breathe because I can't see.
Yeah.
And it looks never ending, and I'm running into stomachs, and I hate it.
Running into Stomachs is a band playing Riot Fest next year.
I know.
So Taylor Swift, they made $2 billion. That was a record. She gave out, though, in the spirit of giving, $197 million in bonuses to people who worked on that tour.
She's awesome. She spreads her wealth.
So we're talking,
Really does.
you're talking like truck drivers. That was one of the things that came out last year. I remember like the truck drivers got $50 million, but everybody else like caterers, techs, merch team, lighting, sound, production assistants. I don't know if they included band members too. Now they got bonuses though. They get paid obviously what they got paid to be in her band, I guess.
Yeah, these are just bonuses.
These are just the bonuses.
Everyone also said that they got paid very, very well to do their jobs.
Yeah.
And now they got bonuses. Like one of the truck drivers called his son and was like, I can officially pay for your school because of this bonus, like college.
God.
Is that insane? Like, that's how much his bonus was. I'll just go ahead and take care of college.
Yeah.
These were very large bonuses.
I wonder if Nickelback's ever done that, paid out those bonuses, the big bonuses of the take that they make on their tour.
With all due respect to Nickelback.
I'm not ripping on them. I'm just wondering.
No, nor am I. I just don't think they have that kind of money.
Well, no one's got $197 million.
Well, a few people do.
To give away. Like a $2 billion tour take. No one's done that. It's by far historic in the amount. $2,077,618,725 her tour made.
Take a deep breath.
A lot of companies make that much money and they don't share it.
This
So
is
good
true.
for her.
This is what I was saying.
Good for her.
Well, I do. She could have just gave out $50 gift cards.
To Bath and Body Works.
Again, I reiterate, everyone who worked for her was like, we got paid really well.
Yeah.
So if you received a $100 let us entertain you gift card, you'd be like, oh, cool. You know?
They would have been happy.
Instead, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll go ahead and pay off this college debt. This is amazing.
Wow. Imagine how many people next time she tours. I know it's unique what this tour was, but want to go, hey, can I be your makeup person, maybe? The other person, boy, you looked horrible that last tour.
I don't think that's going to land you the job. I'll be like, can I carry the trees from the truck to the so many trees on stage? I'll carry one of them for the love of God.
God, I'd be begging to do anything. What do you want me to do?
I'll sweep.
I'll-
She tips everybody.
I will clean the toilets of Soldier Field if you let me work for you.
Her tour buses. I'll vacuum the tour buses. I'll leave a little, fold back the bedding, leave a little mint there. Imagine the tips you'd get.
You leave mints on the bus's pillows?
I would.
That's pretty nice.
I would.
Yeah. Would you leave anything else that's not?
I would get new flowers for her.
'Cause I don't
Is this
like
an interview?
mint.
Can I get the job?
I don't like mint. Can you believe it? Chips Ahoy cookies, maybe?
I wouldn't do a mint, but I would do like the Olive Garden where it's like a chocolate mint.
Ooh.
So you get a little bit of both.
Okay. That's
Fresh
fair.
and chocolate.
You're hired. You're on
Thank
the
you.
next tour.
Oh
It's
my
all
God.
good. Completely something different at Soldier Field is System of a Down. System of a Down playing 3 stadium shows next year. That's all they're doing. This is a band that's gone in and out in the last 20 years. And I remember hearing an interview just in the last month with Serge, the singer, saying, I have no interest in doing anything with System of a Down ever again.
Oh, boy, that escalated quickly.
So that tells you right there, I don't know what the payday is for Soldier Field. Must be pretty awesome. That's the key in life. You should never, even though you really want to do something, you should act like you don't want to do it to the people that have the money. Because then eventually you'll see what's going to happen. Either nothing's going to happen or they're going to go, open that safe up, and System of a Down, which is one of 3. They're doing MetLife Stadium in New York, and they're doing Rogers Stadium in Toronto, and Chicago's Soldier Field. It's August 31st. So you've got Thursday in August, right before that, the 28th is Oasis. The 29th is My Chemical Romance.
Jeez.
And then System of a Down 2 days. In 3 of those concerts in 4 days at Soldier Field.
That's a
It's
lot.
going to be rubble. Soldier Field's not going to exist anymore.
Do you think the Bears booked it so all these shows will destroy Soldier Field completely?
It's an inside job. Follow the money, ask questions.
That's why for all the smack we talk, they're going to blame it on us, too. They're going to be like, it was Q101 and all their listeners.
I mean, what an epic 3 nights at Soldier Field in 4 days for August 2025. And Avenged Sevenfold opening
Thank
up
you.
that show.
I was going to say, can we also mention that Avenged Sevenfold is on this show, which is cool? I'm into it.
Do you want to hear what the haters did, though?
What did the haters do, Brian? Tell me what the haters did.
Let me explain the haters to you.
Yeah, please.
What the haters did is Korn is on the New York show opening up.
Yeah.
And Deftones are on the Toronto show opening up.
Okay.
So people were saying, like, but we got Avenged Sevenfold. No disrespect to Avenged Sevenfold, they said. I see the haters saying that. But maybe Korn or Deftones would have been, more cool for Soldier Field.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Oh.
Between Avenged Sevenfold, Korn, and Deftones,
Yep.
I think we got the best opener.
Listen, I agree with you that I like all 3 of those bands, obviously. But it's been longer since I've seen Avenged Sevenfold, and you forget how good they are when you see them live.
Find me a Korn or Deftones song that's as good as Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold. I think you'll be looking all afternoon. I don't think you can find it.
Well, Be Quiet and Drive's pretty good.
Pretty good. Not that good.
And My Own Summer's pretty good.
A lot of people are mad right now. A lot of anger.
Just feeding into them a little bit there. Finally, in music entertainment news, we talked about this on last night's Monday Night Football. They got The Simpsons treatment on Disney Plus and on ESPN Plus. Now you got the regular broadcast on ESPN with Troy Aikman and Joe Buck.
There you go.
No, sorry, I almost didn't fall
Sorry,
through.
hung you out to dry there.
Yeah, no, I just forgot for a second. But the Simpsons treatment was happening. So the Manning cast was on ESPN2, which is Eli Manning and Peyton Manning. They watch the game and then talk about it, which is my dream, to sit there, have someone film me watching the game and the funny comments I make. Why can't I get that gig?
Okay.
But they talked to Homer Simpson on the Manning cast. Here's how it went.
We have a special guest today on the Manning Cast.
You all know him as America's favorite nuclear employee and donut-loving dad, Homer Simpson.
I'm thrilled to be here. I've been a big fan of this show ever since someone explained to me what it was 5 minutes ago. As you 2 elite athletes know, sometimes in the moment you just stop thinking and your instincts take over. Well, my instinct was to cry and to pee my pants a little bit.
Been there.
Done that.
So, Homer, tell us what you learned from being on the Manning cast.
Well, you guys taught me what's really important in life. Finding a job where you only work 3 hours a week and also not every week.
Well said, Homer.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
I had some memories of Jack White at Q101's Twisted Christmas come up on my Facebook memories, and today it starts tonight. Cage the Elephant sold out at the Aragon. Night 1 of Q101's Twisted Christmas. Cannot wait to see you out there. So we had a check-in from Vinny in Chicago Heights. I'm going to find you, man. I feel you, Vinny. That's fine. You'll see me pretty easily. And you'll find Kenzie, too, and you'll find Case, and you'll find Lauren and Brian Phillips and Lou and Dougie and Kevin and Joey. I missed anybody today? I didn't miss
I know,
anybody?
you did it in a weird order, which made it hard for me to follow.
I got named everybody, though.
And Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay, too. Damn it. I always forget one person that works here.
You do.
It's terrible.
It's not a good look. You should just stop. You should be like, hey, I'll see everyone tonight. It's just like you keep setting yourself up for this.
2 in a row. By tomorrow, I'm going to have it right. I will. I promise you.
Sure. We can't wait.
So it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 tonight, Q101 Twisted Christmas the rest of the week. So pretty big news last night as they arrested the man that in the murder of the UnitedHealth CEO shooting in New York. That happened after a 5-day manhunt. Luigi Mangione, 26 years old. He was arrested in Altoona, Pennsylvania at a McDonald's. He was in the McDonald's, spotted in there. Now, he did have a mask on. He was wearing a mask, but he was in a McDonald's, and the customer alerted police and alerted somebody in the McDonald's who works there, saying, this looks like that guy that's on the news who shot that poor guy in New York. And they came over there. He didn't leave, apparently, the McDonald's. They walked up to him. He was wearing a medical mask and a beanie, working on a laptop at a table in the back of the McDonald's. He gave him a fake ID, gave a phony name, and then became quiet and started to shake, according to the arresting officers. He said he'd recently been in New York. When they asked him that, they kind of feels like he was caught. They found in his possession writings criticizing the healthcare industry and a ghost gun similar to the one believed to have been used to kill Thompson in New York City. So things were adding up pretty quickly. He had a manifesto in there. He certainly seemed to be a fan of the Unabomber, which everybody knows that story, who passed away last year in jail. 81 years old. I can't believe the Unabomber lived to in jail. But he's been caught. He's been arrested just there at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Now, we'll see more information goes out each day when they track everything. There's already conspiracy theories going out, started by Case, the producer, pretty much, that doesn't believe this is the guy.
Well, I don't say this to be controversial or provocative or anything, but nothing about his capture makes any sense. You're telling me that in where in Pennsylvania was this?
Altoona, Pennsylvania. Now, he was an Ivy League.
That translates to.
And by the way, this guy was like a genius. He was an Ivy League student, and he went to UPenn, I believe, for a little bit, which is in Philadelphia. And he comes from a rich family. So it's an odd thing, a little bit like the Unabomber, by the way, who was a genius and also came from a pretty wealthy family here in Chicago.
So you're telling me that this guy, after almost a week since this murder, where the New York Police Department has had nothing. The case has gone cold. They keep on getting foiled. They've made no progress in this. They find him in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. And my guess is once the cops were called, if this was allegedly the guy, that it wasn't the bike cop crossing the street on his way to McDonald's that went and arrested this guy. My guess is there was a heavy police presence. There would have been probably SWAT involved. There would have been a major fiasco. And yet there's no footage of him at the McDonald's. There's no footage of him getting arrested. It all seems so convenient that this guy traveled with his manifesto and all of these other things that you would go, well, I guess if he had fake IDs and a ghost gun and this and that, okay, I guess he's the guy, but none of it makes any sense. It also seems like too much to have on your person at one time.
Wait,
There's a lot there to unpack in what you
Wait,
said.
hold on.
Yeah.
Because I actually agree with Case.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
So hey,
That's rare.
you owe me some respect. How dare you interrupt me and say, oh my God, just wait, this is valid. All we've seen from this guy is like two little beady eyes and a coat. He looks like every normal guy. And he
looks like every normal
He
guy.
does.
Though Kenzie's right. He
No,
does look like
he
every
is the
normal
most-
guy.
Yeah, if you are going to hire somebody to kill somebody, this is the guy because he looks like everybody, okay? And the only images that came out, it's like normal build, two eyes. What are you getting from that? Like generic colored coat.
Yeah,
It wasn't
male
vibrant.
26. Oh, he looks like every 26-year-old. Yeah.
Everybody. You're telling me he walked into a McDonald's and someone's like, oh, that looks like the guy? Everybody in the McDonald's already looked like the guy. That's B. How could you see that and go, this must be him? And then if this was minutes after, or like I suppose hours after to get to Altoona, okay, but if it was a little bit after the shooting that day and his backpack full of stuff, okay, he hasn't changed out his backpack since the shooting?
Okay. Couple
That's
points.
weird.
Couple points I want to make here. I'm not sure you're expecting him to look like the Grim Reaper carrying a big stick with a knife on it. This was just a guy that was certainly some kind of, motive. Whatever the motives will be, we'll find out down the road. Like I said, he had certainly a history of against the healthcare industry. The eyebrow thing is interesting. Case pointed out to me, a sleuth on the internet, says eyebrows are bushier in one picture than another.
And also, in the original photo that we have of him, which I think was at a hostel from before the shooting,
Yeah.
borderline unibrow. The guy that they got, not close to a unibrow.
From somebody on TikTok, I guess, did that.
Somebody on Twitter.
I'm sorry, Twitter.
Please put some respect on it.
Wait, that makes it worse now.
They posted on X, Brian, the Everything app. It's okay.
And you're buying that. Listen, I buy this completely because a guy that would do this would carry around his manifesto about the Unabomber in a backpack, be in a McDonald's, just sitting there enjoying a double quarter pounder with cheese, most likely, in no fear of being caught. And he does, to your point, Kenzie, in Case, he does look like just every guy, every 26-year-old guy. Looks like a very clean-cut, good-looking guy.
And that's what's odd about it. Now, obviously, if we had seen his face during the shooting, okay, now you have something if you recognize him. It is so strange to me that you're McDonald's. Like, that looks like the guy.
They did have the quick clip of his face, though. Another camera got an angle of his face.
Allegedly.
No, that's his face.
No, because people were like,
do we
I
not
don't think
believe
that's
anything
him.
anymore?
No, people were like, I don't think that's him in that picture.
Who are these people that don't believe that's him?
I've saw a lot of accounts. I'm one of them. I just raised my hand. I'm telling you, I don't think it
Wait,
looks
so are
like
you
him.
speaking for the people now?
I am the voice
You're
of
the people?
Just like I'm the people's champion in trivia, I am the people's voice right now. I just think it's very hard to recognize is all I'm saying. I'm shocked somebody was able to recognize it. I wouldn't feel confident to call the cops on my customer. I wouldn't.
This is also a situation in which, and I say this with with every ounce of respect towards our service workers, but if this guy came into McDonald's wearing a mask, I don't think the person behind the McDonald's counter is the most observant person and was able to put two and two together just like that and go, oh my God, I cracked this case that a $5 billion police department couldn't solve.
Okay, so it was a customer that then alerted
it was a worker.
It was a customer that noticed it, then told the person at McDonald's, which is what you should do, by the way, anytime this happens.
Pass it off to somebody else.
Do not approach the guy at all.
As if the cashier doesn't have enough to deal with. I'd be livid. Like, I am slanging fries and meal deals. You're the one on break. I am on the clock, sir.
The McDonald's employee then called police, and then they came in as he sat there and kept working on his laptop. And, we're not looking at a guy that probably has all his senses thinking about what's going to happen to him. This is a guy that felt powerful and did this in the middle of the day and shot a guy in the back. So I don't think he would be, in some kind of bunker hiding. I think he would be at McDonald's where he was doing what he did. And I believe this is the guy, and I'm glad he's caught.
It seems like a stretch for an anti-capitalist, anti-healthcare guy to eat at McDonald's also. Just logically, that doesn't add up.
Very good point.
Thank you.
Very good
he'd
point.
Get farther. Like, why would he only go to Pennsylvania? Like, why wouldn't he be in Florida by now?
Well,
or
again,
like Columbia?
In his eyes, he's not trying to escape. He maybe had more on his list. I mean, this is a terrible guy, and he may have, I'm not going anywhere. You can hide here in Altoona if you're not in New York.
That's true. Altoona's not a big hot spot.
I've been to Altoona. I'm surprised. And you said
You have?
yes.
After killing somebody?
Well, no.
Is it where everyone goes after? I'm asking. It was just a question.
No.
You can't get defensive. It was just a question.
I'm not being defensive, Your Honor. But I've been to Altoona, and Case says, well, no one filmed it. And listen, I don't think anybody in Altoona has phones. So I can literally see why.
That was rude for the people.
Oh, as opposed to you accusing me of murder from being in Altoona, Pennsylvania?
I wanted to know if that's where people went after they killed people. That was a question.
So
is that a reasonable question?
Yes. How am I supposed to know? I've never been.
Brian, just let me ask you man to man. Do you not think it's weird? Again, the Manning brothers, they have a job where they can sit on the couch, get filmed, and watch football. Everybody films everything. We're going to be at Twisted Christmas tonight. We're going to film every song Cage the Elephant plays.
Right.
You don't think it's weird no one has any footage of him whatsoever at this McDonald's?
I think if I was at McDonald's and I was sitting there and I saw some kind of hubbub going on about a guy.
By the way, I've seen you film yourself eating fast food before.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I'm too busy filming my own food at McDonald's to film this guy getting arrested.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian Kenzie on Q101, and every morning at 6:30 we do this, but we're giving it to you again here at 9:30-ish. A fact that makes your brain go, oh my gosh, where'd the boom go?
It's not a good fact. She doesn't know what he's trying to say. It's not going to do anything for you today.
It makes your brain go, oh, there we go. That's 52% of Chicagoans when they go home this holiday season and stay at their parents' house, which used to be your house, your childhood home. 52% of them say they're hoping to hook up in their childhood bed this month. That's what they're hoping to do.
Such a weird hope and dream.
Well, 29% of them, they say they expect to hear or see from an ex when you're home for the holidays this year.
I could see that.
I'm looking in the direction of people going back home to Naperville. I'm sure downtown Naperville, so many bars and restaurants down there. And there must be a spot that everybody goes when they get back into the holidays. I don't know what bar that could be.
Like this local bar.
The one bar where everybody, downtown Naperville has like tons of bars.
Where it's just kind of like a high school reunion when you walk in.
Yeah. It's kind of like you laid the groundwork the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, which used to be the biggest party night of the year. Everybody comes back from college.
Right.
And then when you're out of college, you still get in that habit and do that. And then you go, okay, well, I guess I'll see you at Christmas when I'm back home too. So you've already laid a little bit of groundwork. You're all set up to do what you got to do or want to do or what they want to do in your parents' house, in your childhood bed.
I mean, this sounds like something I could see like a 21-year-old doing. I just not an adult.
You don't see some 52-year-old guy going back.
Groundwork with this girl I knew in high school. It just seems like, all right.
Those people need love too.
It's not about love. That's a completely separate conversation.
Yeah, nobody said anything about love.
You're laying groundwork at a local bar with a high schooler to sleep with them at their parents' home. Do you understand that should be more like 21 and not 52?
I think it's funny to go back to your parents who are probably in their 80s at 52.
With plastic wrap on the couch.
Yeah, and wearing your football letter jacket.
Yeah.
You know,
Not a good look.
class of 90, going back there. And then I'm going to go over to what are you doing tonight? You're going to spend time with Mom and Dad here. Mom just got her hip replaced. No, I'm going to the bar to try to hook up with the prom queen.
You know what? I would be this person, but like, be a hoe every other day of the year. You're there to visit your damn parents. Spend some time with them. Get laid when you get back.
No, there's something about being a hoe in your hometown that just hits different.
Well, there is, even if your parents are 80, if you're 52, or if you're 21 and your parents are in their 40s, there's that danger factor of having relations in your childhood bed in the house with them there, which you probably gives you back memories of when you were 16, maybe trying to do that.
Or 21.
Or 21.
Yeah, 16 might be a little early for some of us.
Like who?
Silence. Everyone look at Case and nobody say anything.
16, my God. What a
Wrong
stud.
with you.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about other people out there that were
How old
smoother.
were you? Be honest.
Well, I was old. I was out of high school.
You're out of high school.
Just out of high school.
So recently out of high school. So you're probably like 19?
So recently it happened. No, I'm just kidding.
Harper.
That's right.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah. I was one of the last. I was really dumb.
One of the last,
What are
like,
the
people?
Last, what do you mean? Out of your brothers?
No, I don't even know my brother's deal, but I just, my group, my circle.
Your squad.
Of your
my squad.
friends.
Yeah.
Your entourage.
That's
Did
right.
you lie and say that you had because you were last?
No, I didn't care about feeling like a loser. I didn't.
You're used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
You adjust.
now you would think, being an elite athlete that I was, the jock
Where's my
that
sound machine? Kids have been asking for a week.
the elite athlete, also
Do your job.
also played guitar in a band. You think all those things would have led to early success in my childhood bed? Didn't. Nope, didn't do it. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. 52% of you trying to get laid this holiday season in your childhood bed. Good luck.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So tonight, Q101's Twisted Christmas at the Aragon sold out. Cage the Elephant, we will be there. And if you couldn't be there because it sold out very quickly or you didn't win tickets, just make sure you're following us on socials all night long the next 4 nights. We'll have everything taken care of on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok. Are we Snapchatting or I don't know what we're doing? Are we doing that?
I think Lauren's Snapchatting.
Got it.
She is the snapper out of
Yeah,
us.
I don't think I am. I think Lauren is.
Yeah, Snapchat just isn't my wheelhouse.
No, not mine either.
But the Instagram reels and videos, love them.
Love them.
Facebook, I'm right there. Twitter, it's my jam. So there we go. Make sure you follow the thing all the way through the next 4 nights. And you never know, there might be some last-minute giveaways to get into some of these shows, the rest of the week. And there are tickets available for Night 2 with All American Rejects and Night 4 with Bush. So, Case, takeaways, what do you got?
Smitty checked in. His takeaway, Brian makes love at his mother's house, but not before hiding her hearing aids.
I get loud.
That's good. I feel so bad for your mother every time you tell a story.
She's a saint. She's a saint.
She is.
Kenzie, what do you got?
708 texted in. My takeaway, if you're kind to let someone live with you, they may kill you, which is a bummer.
It is a bummer because
Not cool.
you'd like to be good and let someone live with you. Be nice.
Exactly.
I guess the saying, don't do it. Finally, takeaway from Joe at 630. Hello, bozo. Now, we had Billy Corrigan on the show earlier talking about his show with the Q101 Twisted Christmas sold out Thursday at the Aragon. And this is what happened during the interview. He had his kids right near him during the interview.
My son is currently looking at me with a sad face, giving me the thumbs down. I'm not even joking.
Oh
my
boy.
God.
You want to interview him?
He doesn't like the interview? Well, sure.
Okay, here. Hey, I'm doing an interview. Say hi.
Hello, bozo.
That's to you. That's to you, Brian. Did you
I
hear
think
what he
that was
called
you,
you?
Brian. Sorry.
That happened earlier on the show, and that interview was on the podcast.
Oh, God.
I'll be wrestling Augustus on stage Thursday
You fighting
at
him?
the Aragon.
I
Look
can't
for
wait to
it.
see what insults he tosses your way during, like, the stage announcement.
That comment took some of my soul away. I don't know if I can get back.
It should have taken some of your soul away.
An 8-year-old said, hello, bozo. Boy, Case, what's on the podcast besides the Billy Corgan interview?
That's the main thing today. Look, there's going to be a ton of content on the Brian and Kenzie podcast feed. New Kenzie's crimes, plenty of stories about Brian's sexual escapades or lack thereof. You can listen to all of these things in the car on your way to Twisted Christmas tonight, or if you can't be there and you miss the sound of our voice, listen to it anytime on the Brian and Kenzie podcast. But the big thing is our exclusive conversation with Billy Corgan, talking about Bozo, talking about the time he opened for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, talking about the follow-up of the allegations that he and Bill Burr might be related. It's a loaded interview on the Brian and Kenzie podcast.
Go get it wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, or the Q101 app. It's newly redesigned and perfect to download.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.